Yes, I understand that our concern at first it was in a big major purpose and or in a big matter to be solved, which uh, which is the civil servants or the doctors, people to be treated very well. But at the moment, as you know, that uh, it always propaganda. It's not something that it can therefore look some other side of the story, because sometimes they are using one eye on how is not anyone who going to be disposed who are in government or someone who are in civil servant, except those who are on dangerous big corruption. That is the ones who can come out from those herald thing, but mostly it's targeting the civilians, the civil servants. They're going to be saved, but the Magna Carta or the big thing to look most, it's where the civil servants comes from. Zimbabwe, it's not about civil servants only. Zimbabwe, it's about many people who are living in Zimbabwe, and all those rights and the schemes, this need to be respected. Zimbabwe, some other civil servants, they are born with disability parents, but all those disability parents, they need a support from government. We have people who are on old ages. They are no longer have power to work. And if you want to face a reality from long back ago, some other they've been used to be workers, money it was deducted to Old Mutual, and some other people they are dead without even to recover any cent from Old Mutual, and some other requirements which is needed to Old Mutual. It's caused many people not to recover the benefits of what they used to work for, and all that money is ended to be used by Old Mutual and by the purpose of the government and top officials who are living in government, but mostly the disability people, they need to be looked after. And you can see there's many racism and discrimination of albinos. Even at school, whatsoever they are, those people, they are not even treated like some other children. And those things caused with some other things which we say it's maybe it's a parents who are in less privileges or something which has caused them to be like that. But God is creating like that, and that's why the word of albino is there. And if you want to see many activities, many things, Zimbabweans, even some other countries in Tanzania or some other part of Africa, those people, they have been even used to be killed and to use the rituals, to make them richer. But actually, a human, it's a human. And I never even saw one of the albino, like only the one which I even see, and also to be participate to some other things to be considered. It was Jimmy Makumbe. And by the way, those people, they're just, and that discrimination, if it's still right around in Zimbabwe, circulating in schools or whatsoever, what they're going to study. I used to preach in Daniko. I know those people, sometimes they are not supposed to stay without yet their need some special treatment. So if they are born from a poor family, it's a disadvantage for them to enjoy the same fruits which civil servants they enjoyed. I'm not saying they're supposed to be same level and same, but because they get something that they're supposed to get, they get facilities. Also, I never even see one of the parliament or member or whoever who are leading the country to look the matter of the albinos, but they're just like other things which is coming in a family in a matter of disgrace the family. But let me telling you, those people, you had arrested many people around the globe. If you find one, we can find maybe two around the globe, which even he was or he is involved with some other things which is pertaining with the criminal activities. So they need to be considered, and also the people who are old age in Zimbabwe, they need to be considered. If the Zimbabwe is good, it's not good for civil servants only. The civil servants, they are there because they are started in a family. They are grown up in a family, and the companies who are in Zimbabwe also they are participating Zimbabwe to grow. There's so many companies which was liquidated, and the point of to be liquidated, the government they will sit back and relax. And the old Mitchell also used to even deduct money from those companies and the government to take tax fund. So the government it's need to intervene to the companies which is more important for the growth of Zimbabwe, especially civil servant. When you get money, you want to buy the best commodities. You want to buy the commodities. That money, you want to buy a cloth. So if they give them the money, then we end up we losing the best commodities. At the end, it's going to be not enough again because they want to travel to come to South Africa, to neighbor countries. They end up using transport, and they end up black market to promote black market, and things they're going to be also expensive. Like look, 2009 thereabout, US dollar it was abused because the thing which was caused that is people they were importing. They're forgotten that the company which we used to pay the tax fund also they need the attention of government to look after them on liquidated process, because sometimes if you subside to National Foods or to Victoria, whatsoever the companies were, even there's a new companies right now, it depends if he's remember to pay his tax to the government. Also, you have the saying, you've got the right. If you look the civil servant, for him also, there's a certain time to remember to give a subside so that he can keep on running. He gets something just like a conveyor belt, which is circulating so that there's no end jam along of circulating. Civil servants, they are so much more important. That is the backbone of the country, because any patient is need to be treated. Everyone who are sick, who want to born a babe, they need to go to hospital to make a difference. You need a doctors. But if you want to see at the moment, many doctors who are operating in Paranyatwa, they come there by part-time because you need their professions to be circulating. But at the end, you're going to even have his private surgery. So for that he can even, maybe he can even able to sustain. That's why you see some other doctors who keep on striking to Pararenyatwa. They don't have private surgeries where they can get something. Some of they can come with the part-times of that. From this time until this time, I'm going to work to Pararenyatwa. So from there, I'm going to Wilkins, I'm going to there and going to there. But most of the time, he spend time to his surgery. So for that way, if you want to be full-time in government, you won't even able to pay him, because the money which is going to demand, it's something that is causing end up causing the government to brutalize or to abduct, because you may think that is exaggerated, but over the seas they are paid more than what you expect. You get what I'm saying? So the country is not only for civil servants. The country is about you and me also. We need to be considered, our rights, our opinion. There's many youngsters. The business, the country is collapsed. So ages, we need to look about ages. There's some other kids, we need to look after them. And even the old ages, you need to look after them. The grant, they need there to be, some people, they need to be granted that you've been used to look after us, but now it's 65 years. He is no longer even in activity process that you can even stay along to look for a job. You need to enjoy the fruits of the country, that we have another little kids who are working, and also they are subside, they are pay tax. Because if I'm in active age, there is a tax bracket that you can tax the money, and that money you tax, I won't even get it back. Mostly, that's what we call corruption. You tax money from me, the money which I sweated for the which reason you tax money from me or from my company, and the money which I won't even get it back when I am on old age, so that I can have a security that although even things they're going bad, but when I'm going to be on old age, it's not mean that I was working or I was not working. But the issue that I'm a farmer, the issue that I'm living in Zimbabwe, I caused this dollar to be circulating. There's something that I used to do when I was young to help a country, to grow. And also these people, they're always remembered when I am on old age to pay something back. It's not even something which is big. I only need gaba, red tea sometimes on my stove. And nechimondi mwi, just ndikati mondi zvaundoti mwi. I don't want to talk or to keep on inciting the youngsters, the bad things, so that I know ndine gaba rangu red tea pamoto. And sometimes if I only go to grind me, the youngsters, if they remembered me with some other new things, yes, of course. But at least something that I can even have some flour and do my chimondemui when old age. That is not much more things, because some other things, we plow, we do things. And if you see, at the moment, and there's a things which is caused the opportunity of stealing and dishonest. Everyone, he can opt what is cheaper to him. Either you're blocking the private taxis to be on the road, on by the way, but people that pay time, sometimes they don't pay what is cheap, they are paid time. Maybe the boss said I give you 3 days. That's what is in rules and regulation. But by the way, we give you a emergency loan that you can go to cater to the problems or to cater your funerals. For 3 days, you're supposed to, you're gonna come back to work. But because there's a shortage for transportation, because you say you must come through to Zupco and there's no N, all those you can go to VAID, then they prove that those things, it was there long back ago. The Uniteds, it was there. The Zupco, from Uniteds, they come Zupco, all those things. Even in town, the Zupco was operating. But we end up, Zupco, it was even good in condition. But people, they were paying time. They did not pay the cheap thing because maybe you want to be at work by 5 o'clock. He wake up by maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock, he is in a queue. He's waiting Zupco. 5 o'clock, the time when you needed it to work, that's the time when you go to work. So you think that person, if you're using Zupco every time, it can make country to be grown? No. But only what I'm saying, the government is there, the political party is there, but you can't even take a private sector to be a civil servant sector, or some other people who knows what they pay for those costs, and you take as a thing. If you want all those taxes to be Kombi, or some other people who are supporting that fact, to say, for you, we know those drivers and conductor for the omnibus, they are so rough, and we need them to be controlled under Zupco. That will be fine. It's a good fact for you. We don't need families to be harassed. We don't need family to be brutalized by the Kombi drivers or by the conductors. We need things to be right from Kombi. We need a good Zimbabwe. But here's the word for you. Your opinion or point of your view is correct for other things, for harassments and insult. But the point of view is the president need to announce so that it can be good for many people to import Kombis and transport. Because we not need to be ignorant for some other calculations and cost. I can buy right now Kombi, 9,000 or 12,000 US dollar. Right. What is cost? Right. That same Kombi, maybe I come through Dar es Salaam or I come through Bedbridge. The customs Zinara is going to charge me even the double price. You get what I'm saying? I pay duty. After I pay duty, I'm in Zimbabwe. I want to operate to restore the cost which I've been using to buy that Kombi. Then say you must brand Zupco. You brand Zupco, you get 700 bond per day, and some other bonds. People, they're put in a period. They're no longer even useful. And afterwards, you brand the Kombi. Maybe you work 3,000. The Kombi is gone because the more it works every day, not bring what I paid for. It caused me to lose. And who going to import another Kombi? While at least I am the one who have maybe a good income. You working, you get $40 per month. When are you going to budget 9,000 and duty to pay to the government? You see what I'm saying? So if the Kombi pays the duty, also he pays the tax, because it's nothing which comes free to Zimbabwe. They need to consider that even this during the time of pandemic or epidemic whatsoever or plague period, though that time the taxes owners, the conductors, the drivers, they also need to be remembered. Even those people who make entertainment, on 4th or whatsoever, who destroyed their pool snookers. Those snookers, they don't come for free. I saw even chickens burned in Bedbridge. It's not that it's a law if you want to see. If it is something that it's pertaining with the corruption, that thing it not even comes to to Herald. It was between me and officers to make a deal so that nobody who can see it. But because there's no any officer, there's no any custom agent who can look after a 1 day or year old chicken to ukwana pa Bedbridge kuti kwiye unzi tukwana takabata tuchipinda muZimbabwe, so tiri kuchengeta tukwana utu takaita dhiri takaita hafu. It was the deal. It was something which is good. This is a punishment thing. The government of Zimbabwe, the civil servants, we need them to get money. But when they get money, they caused punishment to civilians. You see, civil servant and civilians, you start from civilian. Like someone who promoted, he forgotten the people. Or now I'm driving a car. I've forgotten my friends which I used to play with it. And some other things I say, no, I don't want because now I'm driving a car. That's what you're doing. You ban the chickens. Why in Zimbabwe? It's already in Zimbabwe. Show that you're in Zimbabwe. There's a process that is need to take a place. How many US dollars which you lost from all those chickens? 16,000 something. The test, the health, the civil servants, you need to work hand in hand. The health sectors, they need to be there. Those people who are looking for animals and everything, who knows the diseases for the animals, they are supposed to be there. So they can look the owner of the chickens. You need to test those chickens. You do as if you want to be holier than thou, to dispose everything that comes from South Africa, they're smuggling, we ban it. As if you want to be perfect enough and some other things, you're doing corruption. By the way, that's what is caused country. You build this, the other side is going to be destroyed. A private sector, you're asking him to pay his tax. When his business collapses, you won't even look to him, even to ask him, my business is about to collapse. But by the way, I've got 20 workers, or I've got 30 workers. Where are these workers going for? The government is there to intervene. How much are you giving them? What is caused the company to be collapsed? Because of dollarization or whatsoever, because of inflation. So the government is there to look back for his tax table or tax graph. Then they can look, or this company been faithful for us to pay also the civil servants, even for those who are in ministers or everything. They are paid because of that money. They cause the money to be circulating in. Even those who are driving cars every day, they are the bosses of the government. They are the bosses because they are paid their cars every month. How many cars were in Zimbabwe? How many companies were in Zimbabwe? If you don't have a car, same police, if you have a car, same police stopped you saying the disc is expired. It can arrest you. Why is arresting you? It's because you must pay it. When you pay it, you get money through that. So when you only come back to your senses, to use medulla oblongata, you can understand this. People who are driving cars every day, walking around, they are my bosses. I work for them. I don't work for political party ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF is there to representing these people. When a crisis matters, nobody who can be allowed to go on a TV, whatsoever, doing all those dramas. they're going to be notes and they consider a protocol of the country. So that's why I'm saying, even if you come to company whatsoever, even if you have a wisdom even than the owner of the company, they won't even asking you because you know than the owner of the company. They go to the owner of the company. Owner of the company call upon the meeting to ask what is going on, to seek some other ideas, so that when they come back, they have a solid answer and a solid thoughts of many people and the desires of many people. So the desires of many people, if you crash my pool, today, snooker yangu, I imported that snooker, I paid jute on Bedbridge. What are you trying to do? Most of the company which you use to manufacture all those things, we don't have any manufacture for pool in Zimbabwe. And when people, they are playing that pool, they are entertained. Do you know if a person, he plays a pool from morning until night, even if he is a robber, or even if he is a bad person, but because he finds something that is occupied on it, he end up not even involved for the bad things because he been entertained. He been on attention for something. Those sports in the country, they cause many people to be entertaining. When we grown up, usually have a slug. We play slug from morning. We seek money every time. Please, we need money. I need to play slug. From today, from morning until afternoon, maybe you can go. If you have 20 senses or 10 senses, you choose what you want for 20 senses or 10 senses. You play for the whole day. You entertain yourself. So if the government is brutalizing for those who have even the snooker on 40 or whatsoever, some other grounds at locations, they are even not want to look after those grounds. They are opt to put houses and destroy many grounds. Many entertainments, they are destroyed in Zimbabwe. But those entertainments, it was caused the youngsters to be occupied. And some other social soccer, we grown up playing social soccer. Even if my qualities was even played to any team, some other people, they even ask me, why don't you go even to Dynamos or go to England? You're still young, you can go even far away because your soccer, even your quality is not about. But because if you don't know some other people there, you even end up on social. But it was caused us to be occupied to some other things that we can keeping to seeing each other. Which person are you saying? Oh, that guy, I know we used to play, wow, but why is doing such a thing? But if you make people to be disappeared or to be separated on a manner to gathering in a different way, they can know each other. You create the enemies which you not even discovered it. And it was easiest way to discover a criminal or someone who commit offense in a community, because we can even easily to be identified. No, we usually no, probably it's not maybe the person who are looking for. Maybe it's this and this because we have many time not seeing them at soccer. So if you destroy the entertainment, you destroy everything. Only is the thing which we look for it, just like an open to draw first blood to the issue, so that you can know that nobody do have a combi in Zimbabwe for free, for jute free. It's not need to be forced. Yes, of course, they are rude, they do many things, but they need a process of teachings and their pay time. Some other people, you're from Germany, you're from Zambia, or whatever where you are working. You want to go to rural area, and Zupco it's one, but you reach in Harare by 9 o'clock. Not mean you have got lots of money, but you want to pay time. You got what I'm saying? And if it is like that, I can import combi tomorrow so that I know it's jute free. And that comb is going to be brand Zupco. I know if we work for my loss back, it's fine because I assisted the people of Zimbabwe. So that they're not even always in stress. What they can do. Every sector, every member in Zimbabwe need to be recognized. As civil servants, we are all equal. We are all families of Zimbabwe. But to the matter, you need to draw first blood so that it can make everything that what are we targeting for. We have many people who are blind. We have many people who are disability, who are less privileges. Those there need to be, you need to pay attention to them, because many areas they are not even have radio, they are not even have any technologies. But the government also they need the facility where it can also subside to the Terasol, to Econet, whatsoever, so that those places, they need to boot Wi-Fi systems. They need to boot all those rural areas. You know that this area, the TV, it won't even work. These people, they are lost. So that every place in Zimbabwe, it's not about who are in Harare saying, no, asingakwanise kurara. If you go to the rural area, you are also sleepy. You don't know what is going on. So we need Zimbabwe to be Harare everywhere. So if you're in rural area, you can't even sleep because you see what was happening. You see everything can connect to the Wi-Fi boost free. The Wi-Fi which is subsidized by the government. The people, they can even go there and check what they want to check and what is happening around the globe. And you know this coronavirus, we saw it long back, but because your machinery is capturing political party, and if you are concerning about political party, you don't concerning about the people of Zimbabwe. And the time when we see it, it may be too late. But because if the people, they're always, nobody who can see this live, nobody who can even, if you don't have a data or if you don't have something that he can also want to learn about it. So the people of Zimbabwe, it's not about civil servants. Even them, they are not that, they are not started as a civil servants. They come from civilians to be a civil servants. From civil servant, you go back to civilians as a pensioner. You can call it was former president, but now you go back to the civilians because you are no longer inactive. And you're always giving advices. No, you can do this. I know this thing, maybe it's a problem for that. And you now you're a technical advisor. But you don't respect also the civil servants. We talk about the things are not supposed to be expensive. Zup was supposed to be cheaper. But those people, they are calculate according what they are paid for. Zupco maybe get free. Like now, people, they're crying that everything you buy for US, but they're saying, the civil servant, they're saying, sell it in Zim dollars. We don't have that. Where do you think that things I get? I get from South Africa. I did not pay for Zim dollar. I get this thing from Botswana. I get this thing, me to live. But now he's saying, sell to Mashisha Mgodo. It's not about use it because it's debt thing. I want to swipe my debt. I finished to eat my debt. It's something that I bought. I use money. And the money which, sometimes that's why I'm talking some other things that this is my last utterance. This is a new passage for For us, the civil servants, we've been eager for them to get money. Because if now I'm starting to ill, even if I come out right now, anyone who treat me bad or one come to exaggerating in a manner, the police, they can be there and there to solve the matter. If anyone who have the gun, who frustrated or brutalizing, if someone phone the police, they can be there so that we can be helped. I'm not subtract, or that's why even I was concerned about them. But only that the thing which I reject is they are not supposed to brutalizing the civilians who are empty-handed. They're supposed to respect the schemes. If someone will go into an exaggerated manner, yes, of course, you need to scrutinize in time to see what is going on the ground. So Zimbabwe is not about civil servants. That's all. The albinos are disabilities, many things. Kudzai Chikokora, I've been wanting to invite you, but hey, I try many times. I even end up. I'm fed up on trying to because I don't know my button. I say even Chikokora, that is the same matter. We've been in trouble. That what is this? If you say what's called elbow, say no. You end up with xenophobic attack because you failed to say Indololan. But now Chikokora and this one, they greet each other. Chikokora, even Ramaphosa was introduced that you need to greet each other. The missed coronavirus, he asked him, what is this? Then he's saying it's elbow. When you greet each other, saying elbow. What was he saying? Ndololwan. So Africa is Africa. A black is a black. We know to do as if we beg each other. But the matter of that, you did not ask to be born in black. When then you're born in black tribe. So you're not supposed to reject yourself. You are. Me, I'm because you are. We are because you are as I am. So that is the thing. That is the game. May God bless you.